Professor, you're not gonna believe this. Remember that Stargate you found a few years back?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the autodialer finally found something.
Really?
I took the liberty of sending a probe right through the gate. Here's the exciting part. The atmosphere and gravity readings are nearly identical to Earth. You can just literally walk right on in. There's no water or life there though. I don't have any visuals on the planet's surface, but the probe report said it's pretty barren.
I gotta see this. So, we finally get to see this thing in action. Are you sure this thing is safe, Fiona? It's definitely an old contraption.
Yes, Professor. The wormhole generated by the Stargate appears to be perfectly safe. The only exception is when the wormhole is first opened. It spits out a twisted, highly unstable vortex, but it stabilizes rather quickly.
Okay. At least that's better than you're definitely going to die. Alright, fire it up.
Okay. Initiating the dialing sequence now. Taurus. Locked. Serpens kaput. Locked. Capricornus. Locked. Monoceros. Locked. Sagittarius. Locked. Orion. Locked. Earth. Locked. The wormhole is now stable.
Alright, here we go. Fascinating. Oh my!
What do you see, Professor?
It's a pulsar! It's so beautiful! I never expected to see anything like this. Fiona, I'm coming back. I have an idea. So Fiona, here's something to think about. I know the nuclear reactor is running low on uranium, and will run out rather soon. Uranium is not something you can just buy at a store. When the reactor runs out, we'll have no choice but to just seal it off. So the question becomes, what will we do for power?
You must construct additional pylons.
I gotta admit that was well played, but no. The rotating magnet generator was first invented in the 1830s. It's hard to believe something so old school would be the ideal solution to our problem.
It would be very difficult to find a mechanical energy source to rotate the core though. And surely something like that wouldn't be able to generate enough power to run the entire lab.
Under normal circumstances, no. That's where the technology gets a bit of modernization. Instead of a simple magnet which has to be turned mechanically, we will use a very small piece of the core of the pulsar that the off-world planet orbits. That pulsar appears to completely rotate roughly 160 times per second. We can use the energy discharge of one of our last ZPMs on hand to create a nickel-sized wormhole with the other end inside the pulsar's core. The wormhole itself will only last for about a millisecond or so, but in the process will rip a teaspoon-sized piece of the core out of the pulsar. That piece will be trapped in the center of the generator when the wormhole closes. The core piece will continue spinning at its blistering pace as if nothing happened. Because it is so dense, it will throw off a heavy magnetic field as it spins, inducing a current in the surrounding magnetic core. The inertia from such a dense object spinning so fast will keep it stable and running for a good long time, all while requiring no manual rotation.
That's ingenious, Professor. One more question though. The pulsar core will also have tremendous amounts of gravitrons and radiation spewing out from it. Won't that be really dangerous?
I modified a stasis field generator coil so that the field would be able to absorb any radiation that tries to get past the magnetic core. As for the gravity that it would exert, we're going to place anti-gravity plating right on the inside of the magnetic core to neutralize it. The plating and stasis fields will feed their energy directly from the magnetic core, so they will always be strong enough to counteract the gravity and radiation.
That makes sense. Good thinking.
I have all the blueprints for the device ready. Now all we gotta do is build. Fiona, can you patch me through to Lamarck, please?
Sure. One moment, please.
This is the lab equipment manufacturing and assembly robot controller. How may I be of assistance, Professor?
Hey Lamarck, I have a pretty awesome project for you. I'm sure by now you've probably overheard that we found a planet through the Stargate.
Indeed, I have.
I need to secure a base there for a large power plant experiment.
We will need to terraform the area before we can do any building, sir.
Actually, that's the thing. We won't have to do that. The atmosphere and gravity match Earth, which is really weird. I have the blueprints already uploaded to the mainframe under the folder PCG-1.
Okay, let me take a look. Pulsar core generator. An interesting design indeed. We have most of the required raw materials stockpiled in the lower caverns of the facility. Any specific type of facility enclosure in mind?
A simple metallic structure will suffice. Go ahead and use the same materials that you used to rebuild Silo 2.
Very well, sir. I will have the manufacturing robots start building the pieces. The assembly robots are on standby, but will be dispatched as soon as the pieces are completed. ETA on this particular design, we're looking at roughly 19 hours for manufacturing, another 26 for assembly. 45 hours in total.
Alright, I'll leave it to you then. Thank you and good luck, Lamarck.
Thank you, sir. Professor? Professor?
What?
You fell asleep at your desk again, sir.
Oh, I guess I've been overdoing it again.
If you don't mind me asking, what have you been working on, sir?
The programming for the digitization laser. The lab's never had enough energy available to be able to use it for much. Once we get the pulsar generator going, though, imagine all that energy. 20,000 lines of gibberish in the code now.
By the way, the generator is ready for your final inspection.
Ah, lovely. Thank you. I'll be right there. Oh wow, there it is. Your guys did an awesome job, Lamarck.
Oh please, you're sparking my circuits. My crew and I are merely builders, sir. You're the one who designed this masterpiece.
Maybe so, but I didn't program you guys for flattery. Fiona, have you been able to uplink to the interface here yet?
Yes, Professor. I have full control of the off-world base.
Lovely. Let's fire up this bad boy and see what we got. According to my calculations, the initial power surge might be a bit overwhelming, but the stasis field should still hold together. It shouldn't take too long for it to stabilize. Alright, Fiona. Bring up the stasis field and start the teleportation procedure.
Stasis field online. Preparing to discharge the ZPM to create a spatial anomaly. Core extraction in 3, 2, 1. The core is highly unstable. Wait. It's starting to stabilize. The core is now stable, and is now fading the stasis field and anti-gravity plating.
Wow, look at that! Hold the phone. Fiona, we discharged all of the energy from the ZPM, right?
Yes, Professor. Wait a second. The ZPM appears to be fully charged.
It's been recharged? I didn't think they could even be recharged. Well, that's rather convenient. I'll just use this to recharge ZPMs for use in the lab, and anything that requires large amounts of energy I'll just build here. Fiona, I'm going to head back to the lab. It's going to take me a while to decide what to build first. Ooh, wait, I know. I have some old blueprints for an atom smasher somewhere on the mainframe. I can simply add in a few details to make it compatible with the energy output of the pulsar generator. Okay, heading back now. Okay, blueprints are all set. That wasn't very hard at all.
Professor, I have found a new Mabinogi client update. I am retrieving the files now.
Oh, right. Thanks, Fiona. I forgot they were supposed to be updating tonight. While I take care of updating the server, can you submit these blueprints to Lamarck for me? He can simply annex a separate room onto the off-world base for it.
Sure.
Thanks, Fiona. Hey, Fiona. Ever wonder what would happen if and when Nexon wipes out memory patching altogether?
Well, there is still the data packer option.
True, but modifying the package files themselves can easily mess up the client. Too bad you can't just put all your mods in a zip file and expect the client to read them. There's simply too much compression. It'd be like trying to make a diamond by sitting on a lump of coal. In the real world, something that compressed would be likened to the core of a black hole. The only way to create something like that would be to use an atom smasher.
Something wrong, Professor?
No, I just thought of something. Something so crazy it just might work. Fiona, did you already submit the blueprints to Lamarck?
Yes, Professor.
Okay, we can work with that for now. Please mention to him that we're going to need to retrofit it soon after it's completed.
What do you need to retrofit it with?
Digitization lasers. We can use the high-energy output of the pulsar generator to power 6 digitization lasers simultaneously. Using the lasers, we'll take mod files in raw binary form and materialize them as a matter stream directly into the Atom Smasher's accelerator ring. Once the particles are moving fast enough, we'll trigger the 6 reflector mechanisms, which will send 6 stream sections shooting into the center at once. The streams will collide with one another at extreme speeds, therefore compressing the matter into a super dense object. Chances are very high that it will create a black hole. Oh, ick. That bunch of garbage is still there in the code. I never got around to cleaning it up. There we go. Good as new. Anyway, once the object stabilizes, we can use a 7th digitization laser mounted under the center chamber to redigitize the final product back into data. The resulting data should be compatible with Mabby's pack file system, therefore enabling mods without the need for a memory patcher or a hack shield bypass.
That's absolutely brilliant, Professor. I'll pass everything on to Lamarck for you.
Okay, thanks, Fiona. I'll get started on the mod updates for now. Let me know when the construction and retrofits are complete, please.
Sure.
Awesome. Looks perfect. Even the retrofit looks spot on. Good job with this one too, Lamarck.
Lamarck's vocal processor appears to be offline. He informs me that the power transfer conduits are already primed and ready to go at your convenience.
Let's fire it up. I've already prepared the data folder on my computer, so the system should work all on its own remotely interfaced with it. Materializing the data stream now. There goes the accelerator. Almost there. And ready for firing. The automated system is working flawlessly. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Supernova at my fingertips, creating black holes at will. This needs a name. This shall be called Nova. The system is starting to digitize the black hole's core. Fiona, please analyze the resulting data file to see if Maddie will read it.
Okay. Beginning the analysis.
The moment of truth.
Analysis complete. Project Nova is a success. Congratulations, Professor.